Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Devvon, and welcome to another Help Me Devvon tutorial. And today, in this Help Me Devvon tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to get a more powerful 808. I'm going to show you how to get your 808 from this to this. And the crazy thing about this is that there is not much of a difference from a volume perspective or headroom perspective, meaning you get in this loud, grittier, angrier 808, but you're not sacrificing headroom, or it's not taking up so much of your dynamics in your mix. I'm going to show you this trick. It's super easy, super simple, and I want you to also see and so I can show you that I'm not lying about this as far as it not eating up dang near any headroom and being so much more powerful and louder. Check this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take this off, my effect off, and I want you to pay attention to my meter. So peep this right here. Okay, so from what you saw, the peaks were at negative 10.5. Now with my effect. So you're seeing there's a 0.1 dB of a difference between those two sounds, but one sounds a lot more meaner, aggressive, and louder than the other. And this can be super powerful within your mix so that you don't eat up so much of your headroom, but yet you get this super powerful upfront 808 that can be heard on weaker speakers as well, like iPhones, like small speakers, like laptops and stuff like that. Let's get right to it. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe if you like it so far. All right, so when it comes to me trying to create a more aggressive or more powerful 808, I like to deal a lot with distortion and saturation. The reason why I like to deal with a lot of distortion is because what distortion or saturation is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow to insert more high-end frequencies into that 808 sound. Why is this powerful? Well, when it comes to your cell phone, or when it comes to laptop speakers, or just weaker speakers that don't have a sub, for instance, those frequencies can't be heard of the 808. You may have a big sub and it's booming, but those frequencies are not really being felt or heard at that top side. So what you could do is you can add distortion, or you can add saturation to your 808 in order to add some upper harmonics to make that 808 feel a little bit more heard within your entire mix. So the first step I do is add some distortion to the entire mix, or excuse me, to the 808. So the plugin that I use to add some distortion is the FabFilter Saturn 2, one of my favorite distortion plugins, or saturation plugins for that matter, emulation. And what I do is this. I like to put the FabFilter Saturn 2 in warm tape mode. I make sure it's in good quality and linear phase. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a band split between 571 and 8200. Then I'm going to boost this range right here by 6.19 dB. To be honest, it can be to taste depending on the sound of the 808. But let's take a listen at what that did in me boosting those ranges. So you can hear that it basically added some distortion to that top part. It added some upper harmonics, some brightness, some bite to it. And that's going to be a lot easier to be heard when it comes to smaller speakers like your AirPods, or just your laptop, or your computer, excuse me, or your cell phone and things of that nature. This is very powerful. So this is how I engage that upper harmonic sound so that I can actually hear the effects of the 808 within smaller speakers, thus giving us the perception of power. So that's right there. Also, I did add a little bit of the drive up here, which adds a lot more of the distortion sound effect into the 808. So that's what this is right here. I'll exaggerate it just to give you an idea what it sounds like. Check this out. Let's copy it first. You see how much heavier it sounds with just a little bit of that tone just being added into it with the drive? This is a super powerful way to do it, but this is my settings for the most part. The very last thing I do is, and like I said, this is going to be pretty quick, is I add some soft clipping. And this is very unique to my users of FL Studio. A lot of times when you listen to the guys and girls that use FL Studio, you notice that their 808s and their low end knock. Well, I'm going to show you a secret to why sometimes their 808s and stuff like that are knocking right out the gate. And a lot of times what they're using is a soft clipper. And what a soft clipper does is it works kind of like a limiter traditionally, but only it has a different way of how it chops peaks. This is going to allow me to get more volume out of my entire sound with also chopping off those peaks to then flatten it to make it louder with pulling back and chopping off those peaks to kind of mitigate the that volume difference and things of that nature. Basically, it's a way to fluff everything up. It's going to chop those peaks and bring up the quieter stuff, making it more cohesive and tighter and giving us a louder perceived sound because those quieter sounds are now much louder, with also chopping the peaks, which allow us to bring more up. Okay? Keep that in mind. So I'm going to bypass this back and forth. Take a listen to what the soft clipper does. So basically my settings for this soft clipper is, literally I put it in Soft Clip Pro, which is the one setting I use the most, and I crank the soft clip saturator to about 28%, which as you can see right here says 3.4. And what that does is it really gives a lot of volume to the 808, but it's also chopping off those peaks in a very analog style way that's allowing me to boost some of that quieter stuff and bring that up, which this is what's giving it the power. The thing when it comes to the soft clippers is, you know, it works like a limiter, but it just has a different way of how it chops the peaks. As opposed to chopping the peaks straight off like this, it rounds them out, which has a lot more pleasing of an effect. What I want you guys to also realize is this. When it comes to these new 808s that you're downloading from Splice or all these other sites, a lot of them are extremely already processed. So this is why you have to be very easy when it comes to these types of things, and why you don't see me adding a bunch of compression and a bunch of other things to it because they're so processed already. So these are my two little tricks within it. A little bit of distortion saturation and a little bit of soft clipping. That 808 is going to pop and it's going to sound so powerful in your mix. By the way, this soft clipper, I'll leave a link in the description below for it. It's called the Standard Clip. I believe as of right now, it's $25. It's from Sir Audio Tools. I love this thing so much. It's so simple and it's inexpensive as well. So I hope that you enjoyed that tutorial. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to keep this channel going. Also, make sure you follow us at HelpMeDevvon on the Instagram, and also make sure you visit helpmedevvon.com at any time to get some of our vocal chains, presets, and things of that nature to keep this channel going. Also, you can make sure you join our Discord community with a bunch of aspiring engineers like yourself, giving game and trading secrets. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, you guys.